we got the STURNIOLO triplets, and Chris is morphing into Nick. Ooh, 2 Nicks? So now, I'm gonna put a timestamp now into this video that you just can hop the direction part of it, because I want to respond to one YouTube comment. And it is the recommendation for this video here. And it was recommended by Miguel Coraline. And she also said she loved this reaction a lot of You UDYZYZ. It was the thing, reacting to hate comments of the STURNIOLO triplets. And I want to say, Coraline, I love that you love it and let me know that. Because every single time I experiencing some love that is shared of me Guys and Gyals for the UDYZYZ show, it means something to me every single time. So thank you, Coraline. And also for this recommendation. And this reaction is especially for you, Coraline, because you wished for it. But it's obviously also for every single one of my beloved UDYZYZ enjoyers out there, just that you know. And Ella says she loves this video. Perfect, perfect. Right up your alley. And yes, now I'm about to just a little thing on the side here. Yes, I think, yeah. Wait a second. So, yeah, whatever. So now, it's time. Oh, well, in just a few seconds, it's time. just have a little something on the side here. Bear with me, okay? Bear with me. Yeah, that's done in a few seconds. Yep. Maybe I'm gonna even cut it out, bro. Out of the for the VOD, you know. Maybe I'm gonna cut it out, bro. I just have to do it on the side. That's why I wanted to make the short break, you know, that you don't have to me just watch doing something on the side. But I also didn't want to let you wait that long. When I said like 3 minutes, you know, and then it would be way too much in terms of the time I have set. But it's done in a few seconds. It just needed some time. That it's working the way I wanted it to work. And therefore we can just in a moment get into what we're all here for, right? To have a entertaining and valuable and resourceful time together. Even maybe making some memories. I don't know why I'm talking this ASMR voice right now. Maybe I just have to stretch out the time here to make it maybe a little bit more appealing to you. But yeah, I think we're good to go. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just a little. Maybe I should go back into the ASMR voice. It's maybe just not that boring to you, seeing my profile inside of my head. At least it's giving maybe some chill vibes, or how Nick STURNIOLO would phrase it in his tonality, chill vibes. But yes, you only have to endure this for a few more seconds, and then you will see the boys and me reacting to the boys. And I think now it's finally time. Yes, it is time. So now it's time. Like that, yep. Whoop. It's time. let's hop into some real reactions, because I know that that's what you're all here for. Finally, let's see if Chris is a good clone of Nick, or a good second Nick. Do we need 2 Nick Sturniolos in the world? I don't know. Let's find out. But we will also lose 1 Chris Sturniolo, right? That would be a trade-off. A sacrifice.
It was her best friend.
Who's best friend?
Hannah
You're
Montana.
my best friend.
Oh my god, Matt. That was the nicest thing ever.
Anybody care for an orange slice?
I really care.
I'm like the giving tree right now.
Oh my
You
god.
are the giving tree.
Guys, this is like, it's 2 a.m. right now, so this is a very late night.
This is kind of like,
Chill.
this is OG's triplet vibes.
Do you feel the OG-ness rubbing on you?
I do. 'Cause
Okay, that was their time back then. 2 a.m. As it seems, that's why it's OG, right?
when we were back in Boston and
What
like,
if a genus just went
no, this is the time where we were
Nick,
like,
that was crazy.
in your throat?
Bro, bingo right from the start. Matt trying to say something, being interrupted, I think 4 times within 4 seconds.
okay, this is like the time.
Bro, just, you know, we then see the cuts, you know. That happens maybe way more often than I know so far, but I'm seeing it I've seen it a few times, and it seems, and when it's on a bingo card, on a bingo sheet for the Sturnio triplets, you know that's often. And I've seen it a few times. Matthew Sturniolo trying to explain something or expressing himself verbally, being interrupted multiple times within seconds, and then just a cut. Because, yeah, we all know ain't gonna happen that Matthew will tell his story, bro. Bro, poor Matt.
Ooh, I'm dripping. I got this.
Hey,
Okay. Oranges like that look a lot like
I love
the new trailer.
Chris was filming with Tara Yummy today, and he did his personal video, right?
Oh, it is locked in the car, right? I got it all. I think someone recommended it. I put it on the list.
So Chris was doing that, and me and Nick went to the dry cleaner. We go to the dry cleaner, and I bought a couple like jackets because I was like, oh, I kind of want to step up my jacket game. And you know, you can't wash leather. I had
That's a like.
Yeah, you
proven
can't like
fact.
throw leather. Like you can't dunk leather.
You
in
can't
water.
do
Why
all
do I
that.
feel?
I think you can some sort of like a chemical. Also, how you wash your or get it cleaned with your suits. You don't want to throw it into the washing machine, but yeah, like a chemical way to clean it. There's a way without damaging the leather. I
So
think.
low.
I don't know.
I sat there today and I changed the whole.
Can I do this? Can I go up?
Yeah.
Lex River saying, and we never know what it was about of Matt's story. Never say never. And yes, Lex says, "Oh, be prepared. It happened way more earlier videos." Oh boy. Alice says Matt always cut off when Nick edits. And also, River says, "You just please not. She will fall asleep for real." When I did my ASMR voice to make the bridge between what I was doing on the site. And Veronica says she agrees because she also didn't sleep well today, and it's easy to fall asleep now. Colin says she wants Chris hoodie, the fresh love.
You're going up. You're always going up. We can't stop you from going up. But anyway, we brought the stuff to the dry cleaners. Lady goes, "Oh, sorry, we actually don't do anything leather or suede." I go,
I couldn't believe it.
What building did I just walk into?
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you wash? You wash shit that I can wash in my dryer and washer at home?
I could get a washboard and do it in my sink.
Correct. You're telling me, Chris, that I can go to a building that's a dry cleaner and they don't clean clothes?
No, it's and don't
Never
disarm
ever
them.
Never said
ever
her, bro.
adjust my
Disarm
seat
them.
settings again.
That is not your seat.
Yes, it
was
is.
my seat this morning, motherfucker.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was because
My
I was
seat.
there for hours.
Yes.
Okay, hold
Several
on.
hours.
If I went back,
don't care.
If I went back there, I wouldn't go alter your whole setting.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you
I don't
should.
give a
Can I actually
fuck.
talk
It's like
about something?
rude.
Why did
I was sitting there.
What?
This isn't your
care.
seat.
I don't know why it's so present to me right now, but I know again Matt will be cut off, and I don't know if it's just a little pain in my heart knowing that Matt can't tell his stories and what he's trying to tell, bro. It's I feel it already, a little dagger in my heart knowing he won't be able to say what he wants to say.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
What did we do
Okay, he's able to say it. Dagger out. Bow.
to
Oh, I just thought
to
of something. I have to
these
speak
seats?
up. I have to speak up.
Why do we have these seats? Why am I the only one that can drive?
Because
Go
you
get
went
your
and got your license first.
Okay, at least Chris is trying to answer it. That's why, okay, he wasn't like interrupting again, he was trying to answer now.
Nick used to
It's
sit in the
because you have
front.
crippling anxiety.
Nick,
Yeah, I get that.
Listen, Nick used to sit in the front, remember? And then he did that shit where like he would just paranoid you because you'd like
that's true.
You'd
That's true,
follow
that's
the
true. I
law
forgot
and he'd
about
be like, "Oh my god, you're gonna get hit." And then so he got,
or he'd yell at me like, "Why are you stopping at this stop sign?"
just go.
Guys, I'm a paranoid person.
Yeah, whatever. No, what I was gonna say.
Close to the front of the car.
What just made me think of like how I'm like the passenger of this car is the.
I'm gonna check on the chat here. Anna's saying, can you move your cam more to the middle, please? Oh, you want to see more of Matt? Yeah, well, I will always try to find the perfect positioning, because sometimes I was always in the middle, but sometimes Nick was doing something with his hands, or when he was going to rant, and I think also his gestures were very funny, and I think some people would like to see that, because now then you got the whole frame of him, you know. And sometimes Matt is pretty still in his body language, so that's why I'm also stuck with this side. But yeah, maybe also Matt got more of things that is visible here. So totally understand, Anna. And Coyote says, August Sturniolo is always interrupted. And it's his alter ego, right? Well, there wasn't a Starbucks, right? Oh, no, there was with the supermarket, grocery store membership card, right? They put in August Sturniolo or whatever. And Ella says, poor Matt, he just stops when he isn't being listened to. And River says, you can already anticipating he will get cut. And Colin says, the most Matt has ever spoken in a car video is in that one where he was an iPad. Yeah, maybe they really had like, oh, we have to really listen that we can even understand him audibly, you know. And also, River says, must recommend it 6 times. Yeah, do it. And
Guys that like have a 2-seater and they put like princess on the glove
You
box.
are my princess, my passenger princess. I should actually get like Chris's little seat or something like that with like pink gems right there. When girls put like the fuzzy thing on their wheel.
Oh my god.
It's like, girl, if we're hydroplaning and you go to turn your wheel back to go straight and the fur makes your hand miss the wheel and now we're all rolling over and dying, is it really worth the cute accessory on the car?
Okay, yeah, maybe there's really more grip if you got some leather or some substitute for leather, whatever fabric it is. Matt got a point here, but also I've seen it that yeah, some women put on this fur wheel cover, but with the reason, and at least it made a little bit more sense also in terms of safety, having like right and left somehow stitched in or printed on the cover, the fabric, so that they know where to turn left and right, you know. Maybe also if you got some GPS going on, trying to navigate somewhere with your smartphone, whatever, and it's just, you can't watch it, but just hear that turn left, turn right. They know where to turn, because some people have a little bit of difficulty to know where is left and right. But yeah, you don't necessarily need the pink fur for that. Maybe there are other covers, maybe more grip. But yeah, sometimes it's also something like that.
Yeah, we gotta go fully function for sure.
Why are we putting things on the car thing that are gonna make our hands slip?
If you have like a bat to protect yourself from intruders,
you put a sock on it.
Yes, because if they go to grab the bat, you can remove the bat.
Dude, I really think that.
Ooh, that's clever, bro. That's really clever.
They grab the bat, they win.
I'd love for a motherfucker to try and intrude in my peace. They're getting decked. God, I think I'd be an intruder's either fucking happiest day on earth or they're.
And Barbie says it's like, girl, mad sassy as always. I think with the queen, right? With his passenger queen. The most sassiest I've ever seen Matt was when he made the mocktails. You know, like this time for some mocktails. Perfecto. That was the most sassiest I've seen him. And also, River says that's why Nick likes using his gay lingo with Matt, because maybe he got a little bit more sassiness than Chris, and then maybe it makes him more understand lingo or he feels more comfortable using it in terms of Matt.
Worst nightmare.
I'd go full fucking Rambo on your ass. No. You'd be leaving with no teeth and your fucking eyes in the back of your head.
We should set up a plan that, like, if someone intrudes our house, like what we do as triplets. Like, imagine you open a house like you're about to rob.
Nobody could get at
three
me.
people that look like staring at you, and then we turn around, all put like black contacts in, and we're like, and then we turn around.
I don't think we have enough time to do that.
Yeah, you're right. There's someone
But hear him out.
intruding in the
Yeah,
house.
someone
And then-
intrudes, we hit the
and then-
glam
And then I go,
button.
woo-woo! And then Matt shuts all the lights off, pitch black in the house, and then I climb up a ladder, get to the ceiling, turn the lights back on, I drop from the roof.
Make some WWE, you know, with the elbow.
I need like an alt.
What was it called? The people's elbow? What wasn't the signature move of The Rock? I think, right?
Your ego name, because there's like a part of me deep down that's just like a fearless monster.
Keep that to yourself.
Like actually,
no one needs to meet your monster,
no,
dude.
How often am I?
Oh,
like,
that's such a good saying. Meet your maker. Underrated saying.
how often am
I'm gonna
I?
make you
Can you
meet your
stop talking? I just
Look at
really
us.
could fight.
Yeah, good that he didn't cover his mouth because we would have had Tea Party Part 2, right?
Like if I'm not a fighter at heart, but I'm a fighter if I need to. If someone like made fun of like
No,
my
there's-
mom.
Oh, they're done.
Oh my god!
They're
If someone tried,
As I like how they picking up the same conversation like the Caligari sisters in the New York video where we're talking about these rude people on the airport. They also said, if you're talking about my mom, it's still about to go down.
to mess with Mary Lou, I think they'd be eating cement in point successes.
I would neuter someone if they mess with me.
I liked how he phrased it.
Mom. I would take their ball sack.
Who almost neutered me the other day with a trunk? One of you. The other day we were standing by a trunk and someone literally almost neutered me. The other day, someone we know as like a newer car, and it was like I don't even know where we were, and the trunk was like they have like a fucking trunk.
It drops.
Instead of
It
going
doesn't
up,
open, it
goes
drops.
down. So it's like it comes like most.
Oh, I've seen this in the best moments of 2024 for STURNIOLO triplets. That's why it was so familiar with me, this scene, for me. Especially what Chris said, you know, taking their, you know.
It's like two halves, and it's like half goes up, half goes down.
Yeah, and it was like coming down, and I was putting stuff in the trunk,
And I
then
clicked the down button.
Like legit, like my height was perfect. Like I don't know how to say this. So it's sounding like
Okay, now his junk will rest on the trunk.
insane. Like my
Your dick and balls.
My
Your dick and balls.
yeah. I like hard.
I'm gonna take on the chat here. Also, Coyote says car decoration is cool, but not the wheel. If it's a danger to everyone in the car and the traffic overall, yes, that's not cool, bro. River says that's why Nick likes using his. Yeah, then already got that. Colin says Zesty Matt is her favorite. Not gonna lie. Alice says also she concurs with that. And also Barbie, that's the favorite Matt mode, Zesty Matt mode. And River says Matt sass with his. Okay, and River says also not at Matt filling in filling in the the word for drunk. And also Coyote says Chris is a hazard. Alice says Chris needs to pay attention. And Colin says Matt trying to help him. Whoops. Already cinema mode again here. Like that.
Inched in by the trunk.
Yeah, like
I can say it for
you know, like part of me, cause of my height, like when I was putting something in the trunk,
Was on the-
perfectly rested on the trunk.
Yeah, and it
And
almost
Chris
cut
went to
ya.
close it, so it's like I wasn't going anywhere, but my balls were lifting.
It almost guillotined
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
like I almost
Guillotine,
got
bro.
the other
That's
day.
a nightmare.
Yeah, I
Dude,
almost got-
imagine you gotta pay attention more, dude. To
What?
put him in a situation like that.
almost neutered me.
Come
Not
on.
that it matters.
It was like an auto.
If any of us had to get neutered, I'd
It's like if I
volunteer. I'd
closed-
volunteer because I can't have kids anyway.
It's like if I
because I'm
closed-
gay.
Shut up.
So
you.
it's like if one of
I'm
us,
proud of you.
if we were like at like a, if we were like got kidnapped by someone and they were like, one of you, your
Give me those balls.
Your balls are out of here.
Nick, you
Or
know
you're
what?
getting neutered. I'd take it.
You know what, Nick? No, Nick.
I
that's
want- I want-
crazy.
I wanna be a good uncle.
Take one of mine.
No,
so we
I
can
want to be a
both
good
leave.
uncle. Like if
Okay, they would share one of Matt's and one of Nick's.
someone had to lose the
But you would still be able to reproduce in a natural way, biologically. But I also talked about Nick's stance here in the best moments. So yeah,
Ability
you already know.
like
Don't. All right, done. Wrap. You wanna know what I don't understand?
What?
Origami.
Yeah.
Who was
You're
the
just
first?
folding paper.
Who was the first person to make a paper swan?
Me.
Someone who is very bored.
Yeah, I had the same thought. I had the same thought as Chris here. Yeah.
How
For
did
sure.
you figure that one out?
I feel like that's one of those things that you do for the first time and you must.
Or I think also the invention of the wheel was because of the person that was, yeah, some people say he was that lazy. He wanted to find a way to more easily transport something, so he invented the wheel. So some of the very most useful and versatile inventions of our modern life were because of lazy people, because they needed to be creative to make something happen in life. So yeah, that's that.
Feel like you're about to like who?
Like, I've definitely said this before, but who is the
But I wouldn't label it as lazy. That's why I said some people said that he's lazy. I think it's just clever, you know, being smart about it. If you just find an easier way to do something, that's not he's so lazy he has to do it. Like, no, it's just he's more clever and smarter, you know, like.
the first person who
If it's perfectly in its quality and in execution, as in the harder way, then bro, then it's, I think by definition, smarter and more clever.
milked a cow? What the fuck were you doing, you sicko?
Well, like, how did we just?
Why'd you drink it?
Why'd we start?
How are we putting gas in our cars?
I don't know how.
How are we
figure out half the shit
driving?
they
I want to know who first turned on like a flashlight. Like who invented that? Or
No,
like
because we
light?
can even get as simple as like, and this is so crazy, but like when like, never mind.
No, say it. I just think a lot of inventions go over our heads, especially as
No,
like,
'cause I think of
I
it-
love that saying, over your head. Like if something goes
Relax, this one ball isn't that bad, right? She means there are two there. The thing is, some people, like, maybe it is also something that Kobe learned or maybe was researching, because I learned he had testicular cancer, right? And fortunately he was able to fight the cancer. But yeah, I bet he also knew, because maybe he wanted to know and was researching, you can also impregnate a woman if you only got one ball, because still you can produce sperm and yeah, therefore impregnate a woman. So yeah, but yeah, I think still that's maybe tough on people, men who lost one of both. Definitely, you know, that's part of your body you were born with, and unfortunately you lose it.
right over your head.
I think of this. Like,
You're a huge fan of
Think about this.
sayings.
Before
I am.
people
They're
knew,
classic.
before people knew like the ability of like having like the birds and the bees talk and like, oh, this is how like babies are made. Like, two people who like had sex for the first time and like they had the thought in their head like, I want to do this and we're gonna do it together, and then they did it and they're like, oh my god, that was crazy. Like, what's the outcome of this? And then not much longer, it's like the woman just starts growing. And she's like, what's wrong with you? There's like an alien, like there's a parasite in me, I'm dying. And then she births another kid. Like, imagine being the first person, like the first woman to like act on having sex and then birthing a kid.
I don't need
She must have
to
thought she
ever
was
think of
dying.
this.
The thing is, I totally understand what Nick is saying here, but yeah, it's yeah, we're just it is like that. Those are our instincts. I think somehow they just knew that's how you can reproduce. You somehow, again, there should be very clear bees and birds talk, I think, to prepare young people when they start to get intimate, in terms of diseases, staying healthy, in terms of, yeah, impregnating someone if you really want to, and being impregnated, yeah, that you can somehow have it at the right time in your life when you want it to happen, not when it's just happened. Sometimes it just happens and still works out perfectly fine. That's wonderful. But yeah, it's better if you can plan on it. But yeah, it's just instincts, bro. Because there are enough. I think there were enough beings in the human history before the internet and modern times or whatever. They just knew somehow, hey, oh, I got this somehow arousing feeling, and I see her or I see him, and I would just like to do this particular action, and yeah, let's do it. And you know, you somehow just know, right? That's what I'm talking about, the instinct. Also, I'm hungry. Oh, there's something. Maybe I can eat it. I will eat it. Somewhere like that. But I totally get this thought of Nick. Totally, bro. Totally. But yeah. Bro, we're also going down a rabbit hole here. Who was the first man, woman to live, and how was it like? Ooh, is this a baby? And say, I don't know what it is. Well, you just put it in me, and now there's something growing. I don't know. I'm freaking out. You know, I get this thought. I get it.
For 9 months.
I can't hear this.
Yeah, I'm
I'm freaked
Is
out.
that not fucking crazy? You know, Chris told me that if he needed, like, if way in the future, like him and some girl were doing like a gender reveal of a baby.
I did say this
He
to him
said
the
that
other
he'd
day.
trust me to orchestrate like the
I
experience.
told Nick the other day, if I am ever in the position where
I
like
think
one of
if
my
you're
relatives
not starting, like,
has to find out about like my gender,
if
of
you're
my
not
kid,
starting,
he's the guy to reveal it.
if you're not,
He'd do like a trick or something crazy.
my unpopular opinion, my unpopular opinion about gender reveals is
You know, that's what Nick does. Have you seen this? Nick was trying to say something. Chris was interrupting him multiple times, but guess what? What Nick did? He pushed through. He said, "I'm gonna say what I want to say," and he was trying, got interrupted again and again until he somehow got the power of the situation to finally say what he wanted to say. Maybe Matt is also doing this, but we ain't get to see it because it was cut off. But what we see here, yeah, like Nick is really demanding to tell his story. What is totally fine because they're having a conversation together here, and everyone should be able to say something. I don't know if Matt is also let's say rigorous or dedicated to say what he wanted to say, but maybe he did and was just cut off. I don't know. But it's just very interesting, their dynamic, I think. And Rumor says one ball can still produce swimmers. Yeah, definitely, yeah. And Lexi says she means Kobe has one, sadly, but not that bad, she says. Alice says increased risk of infertile, she thinks. I would to give my opinion on that, I would really have to read some studies. I really would have to read some papers. And medical studies to say something about this. Would be new to me. That would be a like a real manageable risk. Lexi says, and yeah, maybe also uncomfortable, especially when you're active or so. Yeah, your partner and yourself will definitely have to get used to that, bro, I think. And Colin says she doesn't want to know of this. Lexi says, yeah, she just wanted because of phantom pain, but she will leave it at that. River says sometimes they ask questions and never thought about. Some interesting, some are things she's okay about not knowing. Never say never. And like in terms of the triplets she's talking about. And Alice says, yeah, Matt just gives up. Yeah, maybe he does. That's what Alice is thinking. Colin says, Matt is just a chill guy sometimes. Barbie says, Nick and Chris has said that that's their issue with Matt. He will give up. Maybe that's the case, bro. Maybe that's the case. River says, that's what they wanted Matt to do. Okay. Maybe they also some sort of want to tickle out of Matt. Hey, if you want to say this, stand by it. Push through and say it and demand it to say it. Make us, let's say, demand us to listen to you. Maybe that's what they're going for. What I'm reading here of the Guys and Gyals. They want to somehow get him out of his comfort zone to maybe let him, that he grows a little bit more in terms of pursuing something and really getting it because he put in all the effort, you know. If it's just something in terms of what some people think it's a small thing of telling something. But maybe sometimes it's just a few things that you say that seem small, or saying something seems small, but maybe it's a very big thing for the person who tries to say it, telling it. Bro, again, sometimes it's sometimes the small things in life have a big impact and make the big difference. And Lexi says she's the opposite. Any subject in her brain, she thinks about it and asks questions about it. Of course, sometimes she thinks it's sometimes much, but the human anatomy is a cool subject for her because she would like to work in the doctor aspect. So you're shooting for a medical doctor career, Lexi? That's cool. That's cool if you really know that and was shooting for it, and hopefully you will make this happen. Hopefully, I wish that for you if that's your goal. And Anna says, Matt should do that, but also the boys should try to listen more as well. Maybe, yeah, both working together. Like, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's Anna's take here. Colin says, yeah, Nick in one video said to Matt to fight and to speak up. That's what they want him to do. Okay. And River says, recently, she finds him fighting for his airtime more, like keep pushing on or increasing his volume, like Matt. And Anna says she feels like they're getting better at it nowadays. And also, River says, but this is also what makes these three balanced. Maybe. Well, there are different opinions to that, but we definitely see what we just noticed with the Nick pushing through what he wants to say. Maybe Matt not that much.
It's like, in order for it to be a good gender reveal, you have to either cause like a lot of pollution, a forest fire, or have a casualty. Okay, otherwise, what's the fun in finding?
Is this even proven yet that the LA fires are caused by a gender reveal party? Or it wasn't, but I think Moist Criddle just brought it up that in the past there were some fires caused by gender reveal parties, but not the LA fire. It's not proven yet what caused the LA, Los Angeles, California fires, the wildfires. Was it a barbecue or maybe a gender reveal party? Maybe it was something just nothing like that at all. It isn't proven yet, I think.
Out the gender of your baby if we're not lighting like half a forest down or getting like glitter and dirt and like
Nick,
fucking...
what are you saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that if there's a gender reveal, we need 9 planes to fly by and
no, we don't.
use smoke to fill the entire air, and then maybe light like an entire forest on fire.
Nick, stop.
Like, lots of pollution.
Talking about that.
See, if we like had...
That was sarcasm, right? I just noticed Nick used sarcasm. I was able to know it. Maybe some will understand why I did that.
Like if I had a really, really nice like front...
I'm able to catch on social clues. I'm able to do that. Yes. Yes.
lawn, I'd hire people to come and like cut plants like Edward Scissorhands style, like a big like
what
I want
does
like a big
new conversation?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want like a big like something that says I'm here. Like I want like a massive like shrubbery of invitement.
Okay.
If I'm inviting someone over and they're not being confronted by my welcoming shrubbery,
Nick, you don't even like plants.
I don't
and
like
you're
that.
wrong.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
I don't
you're
like
wrong.
that. I don't like that.
You don't like plants. You don't like...
You.
No.
I think CVS, I have a pitch for CVS. We need to get the extra
We need the
care
receipts longer.
No, we need the extra care bucks to be part of like an app now, where like if I put my phone number in, I don't need to like get my receipt of the extra care cash. Just like hold that on to my next purchase.
Yes, like I want to scan my
next-
extra care.
No,
Yeah,
they
like,
do
you
that.
want my
They do that hoping people lose it. By the way.
Gotta check out the chat here. Also, Lexi says yes, she noticed it as well. Even when Matt does keep persisting, he does stop at some point, whereas Chris will get his point across, or Nick. They each have a role. And Carlin says Nick definitely has no problem to speak when he wants to. And Ellis says no, they definitely were not. I don't know what this was. In terms of what Alice means there. And Anna says, because sometimes interrupting like that, it seems like they are not interested in what he will have to say. Yeah, that's a whole new perspective I've gained here. What of me Guys and Gyals said here in the chat, that maybe it is like that. I'm not saying that it is like that, but yeah, maybe it is like that. That Nick and Chris really want to get Matt out of his comfort zone, and they will keep interrupting him until he really maybe builds up the courage or puts in the energy and the effort to demand their attention, you know? Maybe that they want to see their brother grow in terms of, if he wants something, he has to go for it and pursue it. Maybe that's the case. That's a whole new perspective I see now. Thanks for me, Guys and Gyals, who, sparked it up in me. And also, Anna says, and she's not saying that's the case, but maybe what Matt thinks when they do that. Yeah, and Alice says, but she doesn't know, but it spreads so much cause of the super strong winds. And gonna check here on the chat. And they have again also a conversation about Matt. Also, okay. And Anna says, she's more like Matt. That's why she's saying that cause that is what she thinks when people interrupt her. Okay. And also, Alice says, remember when they tried to cancel Nick and Chris because they kept calling him negative on the podcast? To make the sense of it, Lexi said some people called Matt negative because he wasn't that excited as others to tell a story on the podcast. And also, like, yeah, Lexi says, he remembers when they were rude or maybe not understanding his perspective of Matt, but the fans did take it too far. Like, the way they took the Christmas video too far. Okay. And also, Barbie says, in terms of Alice's message, she watched the podcast episode recently and she feels like the fans overreacted. Also, it was mainly Chris, but Nick got a lot of the blame. Okay. Coyote says sometimes he is negative, like in terms of Nick or Matt. No, Matt. I think he's talking about Matt here. And that's all. People always try to cancel them. Ruby says the episode was interesting and she actually liked it. She just has to get past the first 10 minutes. Okay. Seems like the first 10 minutes is not that enjoyable. And Lexi says she knows, but it's nice to hear. In terms of Matt sometimes being negative, Lexi knows that, but she's nice to hear negative Matt or miserable Matt all the time when they don't understand his perspective. Either way, the fans shouldn't have gotten involved. And she said it is nice to hear negative Matt or miserable Matt all the time. That's what she said. Correct myself here. When they don't understand his perspective. And Kelly says, which is understandable. Some people are less exciting or energetic. Alice says, people love to pile on to Nick and hate on him a lot. And give Chris and Matt more leniency. And leniency. And Lexi says, it's not nice to hear. She misspelled. I think I misspelled it, not you. But because you said it is nice to hear. The mistake was on my end, Lexi. And also, yeah, seems like Nick and Chris got a little bit of backlash on the episode or whatever of the fans.
I've never, because I never use my extra care bucks because I don't have them on me.
Mom does. I still don't understand origami, and I don't think I ever will. Because here's the thing: whoever built it, then again, had to remember how to do it again to make the instructions.
Create the pattern.
It's I don't get it, dude. And then how do we know to cut off a certain piece of paper for the fortune teller? Fuck you, dude. That's not happening.
We didn't say fuck you. We didn't say fuck till we were in high school.
Can we talk about
I hated I remember we've claimed we've said on the internet oh we didn't swear as kids because we didn't, and people pulled up videos from us as super little kids saying shit and damn. It's those are not swears. It's time for you to grow up.
Yeah, I consider
swears. Oh, they said they didn't swear. They're saying shit and damn.
Swears are fuck, bitch.
Dude, I don't think I said fuck till freshman year of high school.
I remember the first time I said fuck is because I spilt a burning hot cup of water on me.
You know, the thing is, most of the time, bro, and it's especially parents will maybe understand it, bro. Most of the time, bro, your children come home, bro, with their first swear words or maybe even slurs in kindergarten time. Because one kid, bro, this one bad apple is spreading this one bad word and slur word like a virus throughout the whole group of kids. And they coming home saying this word. Everyone is, what did you say? Maybe for some it's in elementary school, but it can happen also in kindergarten, bro. But yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, I was in a hotel lobby.
That was me!
Yeah, that was
No,
Can you stop turning my personal experiences into your memories?
That was me.
No, it was not.
Yes,
Restart
it was.
this. Restart
No,
this.
it was
Restart
not.
This. Restart this. Hold on.
You need to get away from me. Chris has a terrible triplet habit of we'll see a friend of ours. We live in Boston and LA, as lots of you know and love to fucking bitch and complain about. And when we're in Boston, we hang.
What's the reason they complain about? They live in LA and Boston?
Hang out with our friends from Boston.
I just heard one of you guys and gals said in the YouTube comments that seemingly it comes across to her that Matt just got a more positive vibe in Boston because maybe he just feels more comfortable in Boston.
When we're in LA, we hang out with our friends in LA, and we'll go to Boston. We'll go to our friend's house. We'll be 3 of our friends there, and we'll be ready to tell them a story of something that happened to us in LA. And I'm like so intrigued to be like, how is Chris gonna express this story?
Correct.
And he'll fucking go up to our friends and be like, yeah, I grabbed like this drink out of the fridge and I took a sip and I was like, oh, that was awful. And I threw it at the wall and it exploded everywhere. And he'll tell a story fully from his brain and perspective that he watched happen to me, like my story.
And I see it too, and I'm like, and then I know, but
what? It makes me feel like I'm going crazy. Someone, am I fucking? Do I need to be like stabilized?
Nick, it makes me feel like I'm going crazy too, because it always
it'll happen immediate. I'll walk somewhere and I'll grab like,
Bro, they're teaming up on Chris, bro. And he's just laughing.
the last mint from the mint jar, and we'll go to our friend's house, and like it'll have happened 10 minutes ago. He'll be like, yeah, we were just at a restaurant, and I grabbed like the last minute from the mint jar. There was like one left.
No, he always does it too.
Who am I?
That you do, and then I hear him say it, and then it makes me think, wait, which one of them just did that?
It's
'Cause I
never
don't
him.
think-
Okay, but
That's
I
an error,
did
bro.
say fuck for the.
Okay, no, his statement, bro. His statement. Okay, I'm gonna check on the chat here. And also... like here, yeah. Barbie says she meant Matt has admitted to being negative, so fans don't need to be super defensive when he said it's true. Okay. Alice says, yeah, she meant that like Chris and Matt get the benefit of the doubt, but the people pile onto Nick. Okay. River says she just got used to Matt being low energy, and Coyote says he has a big personality. People don't like that. Like Nick, I think Takato's talking about Nick. And River says, oh, we're getting into the best part. Okay. I think that's also, yeah, maybe that's with Chris telling a story out of his own perspective, even though it's mostly about Nick. Barbie says, either way, Matt seems a lot happier in wanting to participate in the recent month. Okay, which was also yeah, being part of the conversation, really. Not just listening, but also sharing. But you also can be part of a conversation by listening and every now and then say something. But yeah, he also, Matt now thinks he wants to participate more in terms of speaking. And this is best bit of the video now. Okay. And Lexi says, maybe because also Colin said, just imagine videos without any of them not being there would be not the same. It wouldn't be the triplets anymore, right? In terms of the video, there would still be triplets as people, but not in this format. That makes sense. Lexi says maybe because he's really loud or a big personality in terms of Nick, and Lexi has not heard him admitting he was ever wrong in any situation. So maybe that, by the way, she doesn't think that way. She thinks Nick is very sweet. Coyote says they pounce over each other. And Ella says people, in terms of, okay, they're moving to LA and living in Boston at the same time, or alternating. Ella says people said they changed when they moved to LA and people hated on them. Okay. Colin says she needs them. They're all free, like the triplets vibes. Rue says a lot of fans prefer them being in Boston, saying they're changed in LA and something like that. Okay. And Barbie says some fans want them to move back to Boston or say they changed so much from when they were 17 and that's just growing up. Yeah, but wait a second. The STURNIOLO triplets started right around 16, 17 years old. And then they moved in, was it in 2022? I don't really know the numbers. 2022? Or maybe 2023? Something like two or 3 years they're there. So they had some sort of 1 or 2 years of lore before that. So they had some sort of material they can compare. And also, yeah, maybe this really, maybe they're just maturing, or yeah, you change over time, right? I even think people can change big time within a few months. You know, in 3 months or 6 months or 9 months, a lot of stuff can happen that changes you, hopefully in a good and resourceful and valuable way. You know, yeah. And well, but what is specifically are the fans saying? Like, how did they change? Like, in what terms? Being more arrogant, or not that entertaining anymore, or being fake? Or what was this negative thing they said like they changed to? Because it seems like they're not amused about this, so it's nothing good they see, at least. Barbie says, what's funny is Nick has also admitted to doing the same thing. And she remembers in one podcast episode with Madison, she thinks, that Nick told her every year as a kid he would wish for it to rain gumballs on his birthday, which she know from previous videos that was actually Chris' wish, not Nick's. Okay, so he just also has the same wish now, or some people say he stole it, or what is it? Or he thinks it was his own thought. Maybe with the same with the, we don't have the evidence, but the pink drink, the pink drink that Nick haven't had in his life, as he says, but Matt says he knows exactly, and they will watch replay as they said. Is it something like that Nick is not aware of it? Not saying that Nick wasn't telling the truth, that he hadn't had a pink drink. We don't know. Carla says they all have different vibes. That's true. That's the only way I can differentiate them, bro, through their energies. There's some physical evidence, but yeah, I like to go with the energy. River says, these boys are unapologetically unfiltered and people like their authenticity, but when they get a little too real, people don't like it. And Lexi says, yeah, she would never hate on any of them because they do this for fun and neither one wants someone to hate on their brothers. Never say never. That would also be interesting, right? If one triplet would be cancelled and the other two are still loved, how would that work out, bro? Like, that's the triplets, right? They're doing this together as brothers. Three people. And also, Barbie said fans romantics the old Boston triplets versus 21-year-old man they are. 17 to 21, so many changes, common finding who you are. There's some truth to that. What about Barbie said? River says she knows the boys aren't interested in astrology, but they do encompass their star sign Leo, Sun for Chris, Libra, Rising Nick, and Virgo, Moon, Matt. I think, but by definition, they were born all at the same day, so they're all Leos, right? But just their energies are more like Libra for Nick and Virgo more for Matt and Chris as Leo. That's what River trying to tell you, I think. And Coyote says, the interesting thing about the Sturniolos, they are very different. Everyone has a favorite and feels the need to defend their choice. It's not that serious. maybe some sort of like a sports team or something. And Ellis says, they think LA went to their head, maybe because so many influences in LA are rude, and maybe they were with this wrong crowd because they vibed a lot better in Boston, in their opinion, in terms of the fans. What Ellis said here. So maybe it was the LA virus they got infected. Someone told that in the YouTube comments, I think. I was reading and also responding to you in one video. It wasn't what I was talking about. I was talking about Tara and Jake and why they broke up, and they got early together, and somehow Eliana Caligaris and Nora Risling became a couple somehow. Was 6 years old, and now they got more than 10 years of relationship somehow, if you can count that from 6 years on. But again, still a long time known and have romantic feelings with each other and somehow being really a couple, whatever you want to call it, if they became a couple with 6 or not, whatever. But yeah, this early together, I also shared my opinion about that. But that's when someone came up like, yeah, they live in Canada, they're not infected by the LA virus, maybe that's the reason, they said. Barbie says, she's saying they all accidentally steal each other's triplet stories, not just Chris. Okay, that's the one. They're thinking that's their own story, or maybe do it on purpose, I don't know. But maybe that's just by accident, thinking that's their own story. And Alice says, in reality, they just grew up from being 17 years old or becoming adults, so obviously they aren't the same, as Alice saying. And River says, she feels like the people were just anticipating they will be the same as other LA influencers. Seems like they don't have the best reputation. Okay. Colin says, especially if Nick was cancelled, like he's the one that edits and is the funniest as well, says Caroline. In terms of, if one gets cancelled, what would be with the other two? Like, how would this work out? River says, but when they got them always stuck in their house, she said they all got them stuck in their house. And Coyote says, who are close to him on age, Coyote saying. And River says, but not for real. No, but for real. She doesn't understand why some people are pitting them against each other. It's ridiculous. Caroline says she means you made it if you have haters as well. And Alice says some people say like you Yeah, yeah, somehow, right? Because I like to call it just you can't be everyone's darling. And the more you're known to the humankind, maybe being a celebrity, the more people will be there who you can't be their darling, right? And then maybe they even turn into hate. So that makes sense somehow. Alice says, yeah, and when you become famous, you always will have pools who don't like you, and so at least you know you're actually big. People actually corrected it. And Piper says the video is going to be 5 hours long from talking. Yes, but we're gonna continue now. I think I catched all up with the chat. What was those interesting information and opinions I heard here? Enjoy and appreciate you, Miguels. Cheers to you.
The first time burning myself on something.
Wrong.
Yes, I did.
Me.
Guaranteed
Wrong.
I did.
And then I heard at the end of that little story, you're like, oh, hotel lobby. Where? 1, 2.
No.
And me guys, we also got Coyote here. And maybe even Kyle. Also, I don't know who. Also, me guys and girls. I appreciate you. And cheers to you.
Yeah. Where?
No.
Where? 1.
No.
Yes. Where? 1, 2.
No.
Yes. Where? Where? Where?
Okay, he's putting on the
count of
spot.
3, you're gonna say where this hotel was. And if we have the same fucking answer, my point will be proven.
You
Okay, bro, he's putting him on the spot.
win.
Shut up.
I'm not
No.
gonna yell.
No, just say
it's
it.
late
Just say
and I
the
don't
name.
even want to yell.
Just say the name of it.
No, I'm
just
not.
say the name.
No.
Just say the state we were
Maybe he got him.
in.
No, I'm
3.
not gonna.
Just say it, you fucking liar. Crazy liar. On the count of 3, you will say it.
Nick is very, very convinced. Let's see if it really is like that.
3, say it.
I can say it.
Maybe Chris is trying to dodge it, bro.
I could say it.
I unzipped it and give me the key.
Nick,
No.
can I say something?
3.
Or just like seeing Nick on the edge, you know?
Oh my god.
Sometimes,
Oh, wow.
Serious, I'm
no,
I'm
it's
dying
so
over
hot
here.
here. Sometimes I just get
3.
excited to be with you guys, and then I
But the slap missed him, so I just grazed him.
forget.
Oh, I'm not doing the sob story of joy.
I'm not sobbing.
3, 2.
Nope, not saying it.
Chris, I am so beyond the serious level scale. It's burning hot. 3.
You're the goofiest person I've ever.
Somehow it makes it even more interesting and more tension. Chris not giving Nick what he wants here.
Met.
Then
in
why
my
do you want
life.
to be me?
I don't.
And share all of my
I
personal
don't.
anecdotes and experiences as your own.
I don't.
Are you gonna do it?
Yes, I will.
3. Are you dead serious?
Yep.
Yeah, he's fooling him.
3.
Hotel
No,
first,
he ain't
beverage
gonna do it.
3, 2, 1.
Vermont.
Oh, he did.
Hot beverage. 3, 2, 1.
Tea.
Thank you.
I still don't know how this point is proven, bro. Maybe I got lost of the track. What they trying to prove here?
If you walk into the hotel, and to further prove my point, if you walk into the main entrance of the hotel, which way is the fucking hot tea station? To your right or left? 3, 2, 1, left. Is it before or after you pass the fucking front desk? 3, 2, 1, after. You liar! You fucking liar!
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so
Somehow he was proven wrong, like Chris, as it seems.
I want to share this from my perspective.
Alice says proving it was Nick's story. But if Chris got all the answers right, then he knew everything, right? Then it would be hinting towards that it's his story, right? Because it was nothing different. He wasn't saying anything different than Nick saying, right? And River says Nick proving Chris was stealing his memories because they remember the same. But wait a second. River says because it happened to Nick, not Chris. But if Nick says, hey, I experienced this in this hotel, whatever, and Chris, you're just stealing it from me, how would be Chris able to know all the details? Maybe he was very good in stealing this memory, stealing it, but it also would point towards it, like maybe he experienced it himself, you know, because he knows all the details, right? Alice says, no, because it happened to Nick, but Chris was sharing his story like it's his own. And Coyote says, yes, both had the same memory. And Alice says, Chris has the same memory, but it didn't happen to him. And River says, they witnessed it. Alice says, him. River says, so he knows. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're getting into a bingo here. This is getting confused. Barbie says because it's only happened once, and Nick is saying tell the story, and if it's the same, it's Nick's story. Whoa, what is happening? I don't understand. Matt knows it was Nick's. Matt knows it was Nick's from that story. And yeah, Miguel said, and River and Corlin, yeah, this is getting confused again. River says, please don't make the camera die. I don't want it to happen either. Please, camera, keep working. And Alice says, we can't do this again. And Alice says, Chris is sharing what happened to Nick that Matt witnessed. Chris is sharing what happened to Nick that Matt witnessed. Chris is sharing what happened to Nick, what Matt witnessed. So Chris is telling a POV out of Matt's perspective on what happened to Nick, but Chris thinks it happened to him. Is it some sort of an Inception thing? Am I totally, I don't know what's happening right now, bro. And Barbie says both Matt and Nick is saying it happened to Nick. Okay, that I understood. I understand that Nick somehow has proven in this moment that it wasn't Nick's story, that he wasn't the main character in the story. I understood that, but I want to know how he was proven wrong in terms of saying all the right answers as they were answering at the same time, because that somehow is like the hint or the evidence, maybe, more the hint that he experienced it himself, right? And Barbie said Chris thinks it's happened to him, yes. And Alice says that they both know it was Nick's story. Corin says they all three were there. So Matt knows that it happened to Nick, but Chris thought it was him. Okay, we got a witness. That's clear. That's clear. But how was this little game they played? Nick and Chris saying, we're gonna say it on count of 3. If you got all the right answers, how I'm saying it, that proves that it was my story. But how does it prove it? That, and Chris said all the right answers, like Nick, because he got all the right answers that would then hint to what he knows it that well because he experienced it himself, right? Am I wrong here? What I'm missing? River says Chris tells a story as if it's POV, but it wasn't. And Alice says basically it was the same exact place, so it proves that Chris was lying. Lying in terms of what Matt told, and it wasn't like that because Nick knows all the answers and it was different what Matt told in his story. The River says because Nick and Matt know that it happened to Nick. Okay, I know, we got to witness Matt, and Nick saying that's his story. He experienced it. It's not Chris. Chris wasn't the main character in this story. So if Chris tells the story the same way it happened, then it's not his experience. But why? If Chris is telling the story exactly the same way it happened, then it would be a hint towards that it's Chris' story and experience and being the main character, right? If he would say, if he just maybe to make it understand, giving the other way that this game could have happened. If he said the wrong things, you know, how this story didn't happen in reality, in real life, in the truth. He said something different. That would hint towards he was lying because he doesn't know all the details, right? Does it make sense? Am I making sense now? Like, because also Alice is basically it was the same exact place, so it proves that because it wasn't a story. River said because Nick and Matt knows. Okay, Barry says because the story only happened once. If all the details are the same as Nick's story, it did not happen to Chris. Bro, what? Bro, it's like you're speaking to me in a foreign language right now. It seems like everyone is making sense out of what happened here, and they all understand it, but me. Bro, it's like I'm in a foreign country and not understanding what people are trying to tell me here, bro. River said, play it back. Alice says, the right answers means that it was Nick, not Chris' story. Yeah, I understand it, but I don't understand the process, how they came to this conclusion, to this test. Coyote says, this is right, he makes sense. They just want to continue. Barry says, yes, play it back. Coyote says, unless we have a witness, unless they have a witness. Corley says, her head hurts and she know how it is. Piper says, "You're not making any sense at this point." How I'm not making sense here? I don't understand. It seems so clear to me what I'm telling here, bro. Okay, just imagine. Okay, maybe to make it more understandable. Let's say, for instance, we're gonna take the name Betty. Okay, we got this girl Betty. We got Betty. Okay, we got Betty, and we got Udyszyz. And Udyszyz and Betty having this conversation, and then and Udyszyz is saying, "Yo, Betty, you know that one time we were on vacation in this one hotel. I was there getting a cup of coffee, and it was that hot. I let it fall onto the floor, and there was a hot mess on the floor. And this one hotel employee came up to me and was scolding me, and I was such a clumsy person. You remember that? And this hotel employee had a pink vest on, and then Betty's saying like." No, that was my story. That was my story. And then you just say, no, that's not your story. That's my story. I experienced this. No, I was the one who got the coffee and with the person, the employee with the pink vest. You know? And then, no, what? No, that's my story. No, that's my story. No. And then we playing this game. We say, okay, you know what? We play this game to really find out whose story is this. Because now Udyszyz is gonna ask questions. Udyszyz is gonna ask questions. What exact details we got here, aside from what we told so far, okay? Now, what was in this coffee, sugar or no sugar? 1, 2, 3. Both say sugar. Okay. As I was walking down the hallway, or this is the lobby, what type of material was the floor? On 3, Betty, okay? 1, 2, 3. Marble. Both saying marble. Okay. Now, let's say another question. What hairstyle had the hotel employee? On 3, Betty. 1, 2, 3. Bald. Whose story is it now? Can you tell whose story is it now? Because it proved nothing. They proved nothing. It could be Udyszyz's story, and it could be Betty's story, because they both said the same answers, and it wasn't a hint. It wasn't an evidence, not a proof, and not even a hint towards whose story it is. Do I make sense now to you? Hopefully. Because we can't tell it's Udyszyz's story or Betty's story, because both had the same answers. It could have been Betty's story or Udyszyz's story. Right? Or not? Okay, now I'm gonna check on the chat, and hopefully we can settle this now. But it's somehow I also have to enjoy it. I do enjoy it, but also it's a little bit, unsettling with me that it seems like I'm the only one who's not making sense here, bro. Okay, now I'm gonna check on the chat. Alice says, but Matt was there and saw it happen to Nick, not Chris. Okay. Let's add a third person into my story. Udyszyz and Betty. We played this game, same answers, coffee spilled on the floor, hotel employee scolding. Third person, Peter. Peter's also there and said, you know what? Hey, Udyszyz, I was there when this coffee was dropped on the floor. And it wasn't you, Udyszyz, it was Betty. Then I would say, okay, Peter, you're right, you witnessed it. But how would have made this game, we played sense? The game itself we played here wasn't any evidence or hint. Just because we had this one witness, Peter, who got the answer. But what I'm trying to tell here is, I'm not saying that Nick did it and Mitt is not a witness. I wanted to know this little game they both played. This 1, 2, 3 count, say the truth. What happened? That's what I played with Betty in my hypothetical situation. And that in itself was no proof at all. So this game itself wasn't proving anything. Because Chris had all the right answers. That was same like with Nick. You know? That's what I'm trying to understand. Because you're a liar. But they said all the same. And just Matt said, hey, I'm the witness. That's like, okay, that's a good hint. That's a good hint. I was talking about the game itself. And all I'm I'm gonna check on the chat here. River says, no, in Nick's mind, those were his conditions. Alice says, he's a liar because it didn't happen to him, but he knew all the details. Yes, that I understand. Chris thought it's his story. It's happened to him. But he got debunked by Matt being a witness. Therefore, it wasn't his story. That I totally understood, but the game itself, whatever, I think maybe we're gonna settle it. Maybe I can't bring across this point, even if I would like to. But again, yeah, whatever. And Piper said it's so easy for it to make sense. I don't see it with the game. For the game itself, not. The result, I totally understood right from the start. It's about the game for me they played. Alice says, also Nick just knows it happened to him. Yeah, again, I totally concur with that. I understood it right from the start. But it was for me about the game. But I think we settled it, hopefully. At least I can put it to rest. If you want to keep talking about it, we can. But I think I don't know how I can explain it better. But we can put it to rest, if you like to. And also, Coyote says, no, guy, think about it. We are not there when that happened. Both persons can claim whatever they want. No other person was there. And Rue says the thing is, they are sharing memories, and two people know that it happened to Nick, while Chris thinks it happened to him. We all got all the answers right, proving that he stole the memory. Yes, totally concur with it. Totally understood right from the start. Again, it's about, for me, this 1, 2, 3 truth game they played. And Barbie says, either way, Matt being a witness is the thing that makes us know whose story is. Totally, absolutely concur, agree. Okay, just trying to catch up with the chat now because there was a whole lot happening, then we're going to continue. And Piper says, so pretend a friend of yours tells a story, and then you tell that story to someone else, but makes it look like it was your story. That's what they're doing. Totally understand, Piper. Totally understand. But it makes no sense of the game they played. And also, like, okay. Colin says, Matt was sitting down while Nick was getting the tea, and Chris just watched him. And yeah, just gonna check with the chat now what happened before then, and we're gonna continue. Okay, we could play back now, but yeah, totally appreciate still what happened here right now. I enjoyed it, bro. I have to say it. I love the space and all that. But yeah, it's a time to end it, I think. Yeah, and also, yeah, I think I've seen everything before that, and yes, like, Barbie says in another video, both Nick and Matt convinced themselves of something that happened to them. Neither admitted they were wrong who it happened to. Okay, they already read that. River says, no, I think I read it. River says, remembers the soccer ball sticker, and why do she feels like it's really Matt's experience about Nick stole it. Okay, it happens often for the triplets, as it seems. And yes, yep, I think. Ella says she has read the Sturniolo Snark Reddit page. Okay. And yes. Piper said this video is going to be 5 hours long from talking. I think I already said it. But maybe, yeah, this debate we had, maybe, yeah. Piper says, let's just end this conversation. It's too confusing for me. She's saying, Piper, it's too confusing for me. I don't think so. Like, maybe. I don't really get the how this game makes sense, but whatever. Alice says the game means that Chris is having false memories of what happened to Nick, and it's this exact same places, proving Chris is lying because it's the exact same place where it happened to Nick that he watched happen to Nick. Bro, I again could say, but we're gonna put it to rest. I already said it, we put it to rest. And Bruce says we can also play it back to make conditions clearer. And yes. I'm gonna put it to rest, bro. Yes, we're gonna continue. Coyote says, but the game conditions don't make sense. Thank you, Coyote, bro. Thank you, Coyote, that at least you understand what I'm trying to say here, bro. I think you understood what I'm trying to say here. At least, okay. I was already settled. I was already settled with it. I already let it go. But at least I know someone understood what I was trying to tell. That don't give me the impression that I was totally, yeah, unique in my point of view. But would have also be totally cool with that, to be very clear. But at least, yeah, it was another one who also see understands it at least.
I don't care. we were all sitting in the lobby. Nick was getting the tea, and I remember standing there next to Nick getting his tea, and he burnt his hand, and he said, "Fuck!" and he screamed it really loud. I remember all like. My face went pale. I almost passed out. I was so
much
I was so nervous.
It's embarrassing.
I was
Drake would say
so
it.
nervous for Nick because I thought Nick was about to get in so much trouble or like be possessed by the devil right then and there.
Yeah.
This was the first time I heard him swear. Oh my god! I think
It was fear.
I literally
remember
almost went like
walking
this. I
home
went like
once.
this, and I almost just fucking fell straight on my back.
I remember
was
walking
like,
home once and my friend was like, "So you guys don't swear at all?" And I was like, "Nope." He's like, "Say fuck, like right now." And I was like,
scared
I
to do
couldn't do it. I couldn't even
That's
get
a real
it out
story
of my
that happened.
mouth.
Yeah, I remember that.
I couldn't get it out of my mouth.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Nick, I hope you have a nice bush one day in front of your yard.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Thank you. I really want that.
I was really uncomfortable when you were saying you hope everybody's welcomed by your shrubbery. I was like,
I really do. I want people to walk and like the
first.
first compliment I want about my house is like, wow, you have amazing shrubbery outside.
Don't
I'd
say
love
that.
to hear that.
I've seen this in the best moments, I think.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I
Oh, imagine someone goes up to you, Matt. Oh, your brother's shrubbery is unreal. It's
no,
like
well,
really
they wouldn't
nice.
know it's my shrubbery yet.
Okay.
I'd have to tell them unless you fucking be like, oh, it's my shrubbery. Can we talk about lassos for a minute? Oh
them.
my
Love
god.
them so much. Love them.
It's
so
like just I've captured you in this ropely like rope of what? What?
I think that's something we should do.
What?
A lasso competition?
What?
Yes, maybe. That would be maybe right up his alley. Like Matt, he enjoyed the horseback riding. That's another level of cowboy, right?
I think that's like. I think Nick, stop.
Just imagine getting lassoed. Like, oh, you're running. Like, I'd love to just see. Imagine a parent and like their kid is running and like be like, oh, go get your kid. Lasso. Whoosh. Gotcha. Oh my god. If I could lasso somebody.
Maybe Nick would be a person that puts their kid on a leash, bro. Like this, this some sort of whatever, this tunica or whatever they put on, and then with the leash in the back, whoosh. Bro.
Buddy, my life would be a dream.
Okay, dude, you're freaking me out.
If like my dog is running away and I like drop the
I
leash
knew
with
it, bro.
lasso.
Okay,
No.
even with the lasso with the dog.
Leash, there's probably no way I can lasso.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's just I would love to maybe be the lasso-e that gets caught and like put me and like a cowboy on a horse in like a stable together and all.
Again, also, bro, if you was horseback riding like Western style, right? Not like the perfect English style, but the Western style. You also get the thought like, bro, that would be so cool. Just have a lasso right now, being able to throw it onto some cow and whatever. Yeah, not really pulling it in, but somehow, yeah. Maybe yes, you then jump off your horse and whatever, wrap it up, like the baby cow. Yeah, it's pretty cool if you can pull that off, bro.
Run around and they can try and catch me.
Okay, I think that the word lasso like sounds like the action of doing it.
It's a perfect
Like
word.
lasso. You know what I mean?
I really felt it till you did the like little like.
I just like felt something deep in my soul, and I just like had a big connection to something in my past, and I'm about to say it. It's like one of those things where like,
Are you okay? To worry?
Yeah. Well,
My goodness.
I just saw
They
like
concerned?
this receipt right here. It's a parking pass from like a parking
2
garage we
days
packed
ago.
in, and it reminded me so much. Do you know like I don't want to
Wrap
reveal.
this up, Chris.
No, I know I will.
where was this?
I don't know. I don't want to reveal what I was talking about too soon because I want you guys to really experience it. But what I'm about to say is like one of those OG
Chris, you have, like,
feelings
20 seconds
of like just like touching like a sand and the pizza, like the good vibes of like retro.
Go now.
This reminds me of like the old deli slips that you just like pull out of the deli machine.
That weren't any shape or color of this.
No, but just how classic it was. Like seeing all the numbers in the letter, like nothing was better than getting called up to the deli.
There's a lot of things better.
No, not true.
Leaving the grocery
Correct.
store.
No!
Correct.
Being at the deli and holding my little ticket waiting for my name to be called, it was like knowing you're gonna win the lottery.
Maybe when you were a child at the deli and whatever, the person behind the counter, gave you a little sample of whatever, maybe cheese or some whatever, sample of a sausage or whatever. That was, I think, the highlight of every grocery store visit or shopping for a child, right? If they got a deli, for sure.
Fucking
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean?
It's just the excitement,
Like, they just
the
call it
thrill
a-
of like almost being up next in line.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's been this week's Friday car video.
Oh.
I had a blast
It's already over?
filming today. It felt really OG-ness just rubbing up on me everywhere, and it was a wonderful feeling. I need to get a massage now too, as well. Just that's a side note, but it has to happen.
Oh my god, I need a massage. We should do a couples massage because I heard that it's cheaper.
I'm down.
Yeah, and then it's like we're covered. It's not like
We
I
can
have
hold
to
each
see
other's
you.
hands while we go through it as well, for just an emergency. Like I'm here with you.
I think it's not like I'm getting an MRI. I'm getting a massage. Like I think I'll be good.
I don't know. I'd be nervous. Like I'm just afraid to like. I'm afraid to do normal people shit because like, what if a STURNIOLO triplet fan walks in and I'm like butt naked getting rubbed? You know what I mean?
Very valid.
That would be maybe their dream.
Very
right?
valid feeling. Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's been this week's Friday car video. We are going to be back next Friday. I know that for sure.
Yep.
And already, Barbie says the most stressful 15 minutes of her life. Hopefully it wasn't too stressful for y'all. Oh man. And Alice says, no, it's over. Colin, no, it's over. It's already at the end. Yes. And yeah, I think we had some more explanations here. But I think, yeah, we put it to rest. So yeah. But I think I will read it after the show. I just really want to know. But we're gonna end it here.
Yeah, I hope you had a blast watching today, and we're gonna do origami in the meantime.
Yeah.
Or Nick is, and then Chris is gonna claim he did.
The next time, Matt, fuck you. The next time you guys see me, you're gonna also see me with my crane friend, Emmanuel, the paper crane.
All right, it's over. That was entertaining, engaging, and therefore I want to give you this like, STURNIOLO triplets. You deserve it.